friends, it's Mari here for Honeybee Stamps. I'm going to be creating this sweet little scene builder card that you can see here on the screen. And I'm just wanting to start here by showing you the products I'm going to be using, including this die set that you can see here on the left. This is the A2 Scene Builder card base, and this is a two-piece die set that allows you to cut the two pieces that you need to create this sweet little box card that folds into a flat card. So adorable. I love how this works so much. So these dies create all of these different die cut pieces that you can use to create your project. You can just see here, that's the front piece, and then this is the back piece. You could use that square flat piece of white cardstock there. You could use that on your project in the background if you wanted, or it could just be a spare piece for another project. But you can just see how this fits together. Super easy to put this together. So those are the pieces there for the card base. And then this here on the right is the A2 Mountain Scene Builder add-on die set. So you can just see all of the pieces that are parts of that die set that allows you to create this really sweet little mountain scene inside of that card builder base. So this is the mountain piece that I cut from some gray cardstock. I cut the other two little ground pieces, I guess, if you will, out of some glittery, pretty Nouveau cardstock that's just going to look like really pretty glittery snowbanks. And so I've got those two pieces pre-cut as well. I also cut the little mountain tops, the little snow peaks for those two little mountain top cuts that are on with the gray cardstock. So these two little pieces just go on top of those mountain peaks. And then I also cut some little trees out of the two little tree dies. I cut two of the small and two of the large to help me build my little scene that I'm going to be creating for you today. So those are all of the different dies I'm going to be using and the paper that I've cut those from. I'm also going to be using this really adorable Santa's Village stamp and coordinating die set. This is such an adorable little set, and I wanted to use these little elves and the Santa from this set to help me create my little scene today. So here you can just see all of the little bits that I have cut so far, and here I'm going to show you that I have die cut out. I've stamped, die cut, and colored the two little elves that you can just see here. I just used some really simple Copic marker coloring to color in my two little elves, my little boy elf and my little girl elf. And I also stamped, die cut, colored the Santa as well. So I've got those pieces all ready to go. And for the background of my card here, I wanted to use the Crystal Kaleidoscope stencil just to do a little bit of detail. So I've just taped off the edges of my A2 Scene Builder base there. And I'm going to just tape the stencil over top of that white cardstock. And I'm going to just do a really little bit of simple ink blending over top of that stencil. So I'm going to use a little bit of Speckled Egg and a little bit of Stormy Sky Distress Oxide inks. I'm going to use my Honeybee Stamps blending brush here. And I did clean that brush before I started. I just rubbed it on some paper towel so it doesn't, all of that dark blue ink has been rubbed off essentially, so I don't contaminate my ink pad. Just picked up a little bit of that Speckled Egg there, starting with my lighter color, blending that just across that background, and then I'll go ahead and do a little bit of the Stormy Sky as well. Just wanted a little bit of frosty sky in behind my scene because of course this is a winter scene, and I just thought that this stenciling would just be really whimsical and cute. This is definitely a little whimsical scene that I am creating here. So now you can just see I've taken these two snow cap pieces. I'm just going to use my Honeybee Precision glue tube there to go ahead and get those snow caps on the mountains. And I'm just using my Honeybee tweezers to help me place that onto my gray mountain. Going to take that tiny little snow cap and do the same thing with that little piece as well. And again, that's that Nouveau glitter cardstock in the white. Just makes it look like just really frosty snow that's on top of those mountain peaks. So just get those placed down with my adhesive. I'll just make sure that I have that on there straight, and I'll set that aside, and we're ready to start building our little scene. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the smaller snowbank piece, and I'm going to put some adhesive on the tabs on each end, and then I'm going to adhere those tabs onto the side flaps of my card base. So you can just see here, I'm applying this. Now this is glitter cardstock, so it does take a little bit longer to adhere. So I am going to have to hold that on there for a few seconds. Normally, if it's just regular cardstock, it wouldn't take that long to adhere, but I do that with each one of the little pieces there. You can see I've adhered those little flaps onto the sides of my card base, and now that's all attached together. And now all I have to do to finish the card, really, besides the little elf detail and all the little critters and parts of the little scene, is to add this top over top of it. So this goes together super fast. It's really easy to make, and they're super cute. Now I also thought about kind of having my Santa sort of peeking in over from the side, but then I decided, no, I want him to be kind of like peeking out from behind the mountain. It isn't really the right scale. He's a little bit large for that spot, but I just thought, you know what, this is a really whimsical card. It doesn't really matter. I thought that was just going to be really, really cute. So I'm just kind of like moving things around, making sure before I adhere them down, I have a good idea of the placement of the little elves and the trees. And once I'm happy with how they look in those spots, I just take some liquid adhesive and glue them into place. Now I'm also going to put a little bit of clear Wink of Stella on my two little elves, just to add a little bit of sparkle and shine to those little areas. I will be adding some stickles as well. For example, the ribbon on the present, I didn't color that in because I knew that I wanted to add some stickles. So these stickles are a red and green Christmas mix, and they just look really cute on that spot. And I just wanted to, again, just to add a little bit of sparkle and shine and glitz, since this is a really fun little sweet holiday project. I'm also going to add some Stardust stickles to the trees, and I'm also going to add that stickles product to the fur on the caps and that kind of thing. I've taken a sentiment from the Santa's Village set that says Santa Claus is coming to town, and I have stamped that out and adhered that to that area above the mountain there over to the left, and then you can just see the little Santa peeking out. I've got the cover now all adhered to the base, and that's the finished card. So I really love it. I think this is a super cute set. There's so many ways that you could create with this. It does not have to be a holiday scene. You could do all types of little scenes with this set to make a really fun little interactive card. I have left links to all of the different products that I've used to create my project in the description box below. I had so much fun making this. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye, friends.